Hello everyone, welcome back to Trading Edge. So today is another video on price and volume analysis series. So today we will analyze State Bank of India chart on 15 minutes time frame. So first of all we will analyze price bars and the subsequent volume activity, and then we will add the market structure and look for potential low risk high reward trading setups. So before we start, do hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel to never miss any update. So let's start. So here as you can see, SBI is in a very strong uptrend. See the volumes, strong volumes, and prices are going towards the upside. So we can say that demand is overcoming supply very aggressively. That's why prices are going towards the upside very aggressively. Now compare the retracement legs. The retracements are very small and very narrow, so which is an indication that bulls are in full control. Okay, so this is the first point. Now see the volume here and see the price behavior. So this is indicating that bulls are very strong. When the prices are going towards the upside, we are seeing an uptick in volume. Now what is happening here? Although prices are going towards the upside, but volumes have significantly come down, and also the spreads of the price bars here are getting narrower. So this is an indication that buyers are losing momentum in this uptrend. Remember, we are in a very strong uptrend. Here volumes were very good, and the spreads of the bars were very large compared to the spreads here. Here the spreads are getting narrower and the volumes have also come down. So this is an indication that buyers are losing momentum in this uptrend. Okay, this is the first sign. Now compare these two bars and compare the volume. Here what is happening after this significant uptrend? What has happened? Volumes have suddenly increased, but the spreads of the bars have even become narrower than here. So this is an indication that this is a price and volume divergence that is happening after an established uptrend. And also remember, we got an early indication that buyers are losing momentum. Why? Because after this strong buying momentum with good volumes have come down, and also the spreads of the bars have become narrower in this uptrend. So this was an early indication that although this is a strong uptrend, but buyers are losing momentum in this uptrend. And then we see price and volume divergence happening at 1 and 2. Volumes have suddenly increased, but prices haven't moved up that much. So this is an indication that there is a price and volume divergence that is happening here. Now we see a sharp pullback with good volumes. Earlier what was happening? The pullbacks were very small and narrow. Now with good volumes we are seeing a deep retracement in this uptrend. So this is another indication that this uptrend is now getting weaker and weaker, and buyers are losing momentum. Now see, again buyers tried, but again it failed to cross the last swing high and continue the prices towards the upside. So this is an indication that the sellers are very strong. That's why we see a sharp sell-off from these levels with good volumes, and then when buyers tried, they couldn't continue the upward momentum by breaking the last swing high. So this is an indication that sellers are in control. Now again sellers push the prices towards the downside, but it couldn't break this important swing low. Again sellers tried, but again buyers defended this level. Again sellers tried, but they are not being able to break this important structural level and continue the downward momentum. And compare the selling legs. The selling legs is also indicating that sellers are losing momentum, and also the volumes are going down. Here there's a sharp selling momentum. Here volumes have come down significantly from here. Here volumes have come down even lower. So this is an indication that sellers are losing momentum in this downtrend. Remember, overall we were in a very very strong uptrend, but this mini downtrend or the retracement leg of this upward momentum, sellers are losing momentum, and also the angle of descent is getting lower. The angle was earlier very steep angle, now the angle of descent is getting lower. So this is also an indication that sellers are losing momentum, and also the volumes are going down. Here huge volumes have significantly come down here, and here volumes have become even lower. So this is an indication from the market that sellers are losing momentum in this retracement leg. And remember, we are in a overall uptrend, so prices now could take a turn and continue the upward momentum, because if the sellers were very very strong, then prices should have come down very very aggressively after breaking the last swing high. But what is happening, every time sellers are trying, they are losing momentum with volumes also drying up. So this is an indication that sellers are losing momentum at this price areas. Okay, now what happened? Now we see an increasing buying momentum with a surge in volume. So this is not a surprise to us, because earlier we were seeing that sellers are losing momentum with a decrease in volume, so an upward momentum was already on the cards. Just remember that we are just discussing now the price bars and the subsequent volume activity. Later on we will add the market structure and look for potential low risk high reward trade setups. For now just we are analyzing the price bars and the subsequent volume activity. Now huge buying momentum with surge in volume after this decrease in selling pressure. Now compare the spreads of P and Q and the subsequent volume activity. Here at P, volumes are this much and the spread is this much. Then at Q, volumes are similar to P, just slightly lower, but the spread has significantly become lower. So what is this indicating? That there is a price and volume divergence that is happening here. Remember, after the strong upward momentum, there is a price and volume divergence that is happening after a strong upward momentum. So this is very very significant. So if we are seeing a price and volume divergence after an established uptrend, there could be a potential sign of a exhaustion move, and market could now reverse to the opposite side. So this is another important clue. And then what did the prices do? Prices made several rejection candles and eventually sold off aggressively towards the downside. So after this price and volume divergence, what happened? Prices couldn't continue the upward momentum. Now this is very very important clue. After the strong buying momentum, what is the expectation? That prices after taking a pullback should again continue the upward momentum. But what happened? After this huge buying volume and then we see a price and volume divergence, prices reversed aggressively towards the downside. Okay, with good volumes. Okay, very very good volumes. Now after this strong selling pressure, again buyers tried, but they are not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the upside. What is happening here? Prices are just consolidating. And in this consolidation phase, compare the volumes. The selling legs have higher volume and the buying legs have lower volume. So what is this indicating? That after the strong selling momentum, buyers are not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the upside, and selling pressure is increasing with buyers losing momentum. Earlier, from the same level, buyers push the prices aggressively towards the upside, but now after the strong selling pressure, buyers are not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the upside with the same force that was happening here. Now what is happening in this consolidation phase? The selling pressure have increased and the buyers have lost control. That is, the momentum is not present in the buying side. So this is again an indication that prices now could go towards the downside. Okay, so now what happened? Again, see what happened. Prices open gap up, but still buyers couldn't break this level and continue the upward momentum. Even after gap up, prices sold off aggressively towards the downside, and eventually it broke this level and continued the downward momentum. Now after this strong selling pressure, there is again a price and volume divergence. See, at X, Y and Z, volumes have increased, but the spreads are almost the same in these three buying candles. So what is this indicating? Remember, we now are in a very strong downtrend. Why? Because after the strong selling pressure, buyers couldn't continue the upward momentum, and we see that sellers have gained control over the prices and buyers have lost momentum. The buying legs are smaller and there is no volume in the buying side. Now what has happened? Buyers tried their level best to push the prices towards the upside from these levels, but what happened? There is again a price and volume divergence that is happening here. Volumes have increased, but the spreads have become smaller, or it has remained the same. So in both cases there is a divergence in the price and the volume. So this again indicate a selling momentum in the market. Why? Because see, if this was all buying pressure, then the spread should have been formed like this, strong buying candles. But what is happening? Even after volumes have increased, the prices haven't moved that much towards the upside. Okay, so this is very important information. And then eventually prices broke this level and again continued the downward momentum. Okay, so I hope you got some valuable information in the price and volume analysis relationship. Now we will add the market structure and look for potential low risk high reward trade setups. See here, after this strong upward momentum, prices took a pullback, and here the selling momentum was getting weaker and weaker with decrease in volume, and then we see a breakout of this important trend line, and also the last important swing low with increase in volume, swing high with increase in volume. So our first entry could have been around here with stop loss here, and see the huge upside momentum after that. And always remember, your target should be at least 1:2 in any trading setup, because if your risk reward is higher, then even if you win less, your chances of profitability goes up much higher. So here, after this strong buying momentum, again we see a sharp sell-off which broke this important structural support zones. Now this is very important. After the strong buying momentum, we see a strong selling momentum which broke the last important swing low from where a strong buying momentum was already present. It broke this important structural support zone with increase in volume. Okay, so this is very significant. It is indicating that sellers are now very strong than the buying side. Supply is overcoming demand very aggressively. Okay, now we will not do anything here because prices have moved very significantly towards the downside in a straight line. So whenever in a straight line prices broke any support or resistance zone, we will not directly jump into the trade and place an entry here. Okay, we will never do that. Now what happened? After the strong selling momentum, again buyers tried to push the prices towards the upside, but prices are now just consolidating in this range. So if buyers are very strong, then again they should have pushed the prices towards the upside aggressively, because earlier from the same level prices shoot up aggressively towards the upside, but now prices are consolidating, so which is an indication that supply is stronger than the demand side. That's why buyers are not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the upside, and they are just consolidating at the support zone. And in this consolidation phase, selling pressure is much higher than the buying pressure. Selling legs have higher volume than the buying legs. So which is also an indication that supply is very strong. Then prices, after opening gap up, couldn't continue the upward momentum after breaking this important resistance zone. What did the prices do? Prices, even after opening gap up, moved down significantly towards the downside, indicating that selling pressure is very strong than the demand side. So if buyers were very strong, so after opening gap up, they had the greatest opportunity to now break these levels, because these levels are already tested now, and continue the upward momentum. But what happened? Even after gap up with huge volumes, prices came down aggressively towards the downside. So here we can again enter here with stop loss here and see the huge downside momentum after that. Why we'll enter here? Because of the overall context and the background conditions the prices are trying to tell us. It is indicating that sellers are now in control than the buying side. Demand is diminishing and supply is getting very aggressive. See the strong selling momentum after the strong buying leg. See these huge volumes in the selling legs and the decrease in volume in the buying legs, and support is getting tested multiple times, and buyers are not being able to continue the upward momentum from the support zones. So all these factors are indicating that prices will now go towards the downside. So we will enter short here, stop loss here, see the huge downside momentum after that. Again we could add here, when prices broke this important support zones, we could again add to our positions here with stop loss here and ride the downtrend. Okay, so I hope you got something very important learning from this video. If you find it useful, do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also do comment down below if you have any queries related to this video. So see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from my side. Take care everyone. Bye.